Hi everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are as always your hosts Arne and Carlos, and we are in Oslo.
And we're going to do a little something here about the top attractions in our capital and places we actually visit all the time.
And this is one of them, the opera. So
Yes.
let's start with the opera.
Yes, we have a subscription for the opera and the ballet, so we come all the time. The acoustics inside are sublime, and it is one of the most modern opera buildings in the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you remember which year it was
No.
finished?
No.
Okay.
I just remember it was very expensive.
Yeah, about $300 million it cost to build this, and that's not including the logistics around it. It was built it was inaugurated in 2008. Loads of statesmen were here for the inauguration. I remember Angela Merkel from Germany was here, and I remember it because she was wearing a very low-cut gown, showing off all her décolletessen, or whatever you call the décolletage.
Yeah. That was a lot.
Yeah, so how can you forget that? The royal family was here as well. 2008 was when it was inaugurated. You do know the architect firm behind it.
That's Snøhetta, the
Yes.
Norwegian architects. And I think this is like the inspiration is probably an iceberg or ice thing,
Yeah.
flake. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, iceberg.
Iceberg in the ocean.
Jutting out of the fjord. Italian marble. You can walk on the roof. And when you're sitting inside, people are actually walking above you, which is pretty cool. Very cool. Inside it's all wood.
Yeah. Very beautiful.
And the acoustics are beautiful, and they can actually sing opera in original language because there is a little subtitling machine on each seat.
Yeah.
And you can select either Norwegian translation or English. So you do not have to be a Norwegian to go and enjoy a performance. And things are subtitled in English too.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful building. And when we bring people from abroad to Norway, we bring them here to walk on the roof, as everybody else does. So let's go walk on the roof.
Let's walk on the roof.
Okay, so this is the roof, and let's go up on the marble. Yep,
You can see into
the gorgeous auditorium and all the wood, and then you go in. Usually we sit down at the orchestra, but it's actually quite nice here as well. Let's go up. Voices from all over the world here. Lots of tourists and lots of locals come here.
Look at the walls. It's beautiful.
Remember we met the designers who designed that once. Do you remember?
Yeah. And you can see the Munch Museum from here.
Yep.
On that side. That's the Munch Museum.
Yeah, this is so nice.
It's a nice day for it.
Nice day for it.
Can we see?
Okay.
Let's go over to the Munch Museum.
So yeah, but we're at the top of the opera, more or less. You can see there's the opera itself. And this over here is called the Danskebåten. What is that, Arne? Danskebåten.
The ship to Denmark.
Yeah.
You go to Denmark.
This one goes from Oslo to Copenhagen. Every day there's one, I think. It leaves at night and then it arrives in Copenhagen in the morning, and then it leaves Copenhagen and arrives in Norway at night. I think they've got two.
I don't know.
'Cause-
We've done it a long time
Yeah,
ago.
it's a thing.
It's the thing. If you want to go to Denmark or south of Sweden
And
with
have a
your
party on
vintage
board
car,
and all that.
or when we go with the vintage
Yeah,
car.
we
talk
go for
about-
transportation. A lot of people go for parties. Yeah. And over there we've got the Munch Museum and this incredible sculpture. It's called Mother, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I haven't been down there.
It's Mother, yeah.
Oh,
Is it
nice.
Tracey Emin? Yeah. Mother, Tracey Emin, who made it. And here we've got the Munch Museum. It took, I don't know, 20 odd years to get it built because the politicians in this city couldn't agree.
But now
But finally it's
there's
there.
a Munch Museum, a big one,
Fun fact.
a good one.
Fun fact. Arne and I lived next to the old Munch Museum. And you had that apartment for what, 5 years?
5 years?
How many times did you go to the Munch
0.
Museum? Yeah,
I never went there.
We
I was
never
thinking,
went.
Let's do it tomorrow. Or the
exactly.
day after tomorrow.
And then a French friend of ours came to Norway and said, we have to go to the Munch Museum. We're like, yeah, maybe we
because
should.
She
I
did
mean,
it when she was young.
yeah. And we're like, yeah, maybe we should because we've never been there. We had already left that apartment. And we go there and we are completely gobsmacked
So now we
because
go
of
there
all the
also.
amazingness of that museum. We have a membership now, so we can go in. We pay a fee every year and then we can go in as much as we
And
want.
they even changed the exhibitions
Yeah.
because there's so many paintings and prints from Munch, so they can change. So there's always something you haven't seen when you come back.
And our life is richer now that we have Munch in it.
Yeah.
So
A place to see.
I cannot understand how we could live without him for all those years. Anyway, he's
We
in
have
our
the-
life
we have the
now,
books. Yeah.
and he's awesome. Fabulous. This is the art department of the opera, and you can walk here and you can see what they do. It's Saturday today though, so nobody's there.
No,
But you can still see the whole department. They make all the costumes here, and they do hair as well. So they do all the wigs and all that for all
And you
the
can even
different
get a guided
performances.
tour here
Yeah.
if you want to.
Yes.
But it's always nice to take a look in the windows.
yeah.
So when you're in Oslo, you have to take a walk on Karl Johan, the main street that goes from the railway station up to the
Royal Palace.
Royal Palace. And this is the Parliament.
And we're standing more or less at the part of Karl Johan where it will eventually go up to the palace. But behind us is Parliament. They have a great view of the parade on May 17th.
Yes.
That's for sure, our Constitution Day. And we're facing the Grand Hotel, which is actually very well known for the balcony just above the sign Grand Hotel. That is where the Nobel Peace Prize laureate stands and waves to the crowds on December 9th, since the Peace Prize is awarded here in Norway.
So if you want to see the 17th of May parade, you have to book a room in this hotel. That's very popular.
Or you have to work at the Parliament
Or
building.
work in the palace.
That gives you a good
Or
view as well.
No, live in the palace or work
Or
in the
live in the
Parliament.
palace, obviously.
The best view is from the palace.
Let's go look at the palace.
Okay.
So halfway between the Parliament, which is down there, and the Royal Palace, which is up there, we've got the beautiful Nationalteatret, the home of Henrik Ibsen.
And I just saw two ladies. I think they were wearing the same hat as I have.
Oh yeah, cool.
I think they have been knitting this hat.
Very cool.
Okay, but then you have the statue of Bjørnstjerne Bjørnson. He's from the same area as I'm from. And then Ibsen.
Yes.
on that side.
And Bjørnstjerne Bjørnsen was also a writer. He won, or he was awarded the prize in literature. And of course, everybody knows Ibsen. Actually, behind the Nationaltheatret, we've got the Theatercaféen, which is part of the Hotel Continental here in Oslo. It is the place to see and be seen. And we were actually seen and saw yesterday evening as we had our meal there. Highly recommended.
Yeah.
If you like
Try it
France.
out.
So here we are at the top of Karl Johan Street. Now Karl Johan is named after the king Karl Johan of Sweden and Norway, who built the royal palace. The foundation was laid in 1825. It's not the biggest palace, Arne,
No,
but it is considered one of the most beautiful architecturally, both outside and inside. It is gorgeous. It's the residence of the King of Norway and his queen. And as you can see, the lion flag is up, which means the king is at home.
Yeah, and the park is worth a visit because it's really beautiful, and parts of the park has wildflowers, so everything grows wild because they have their own honeybees.
The royal honeybees.
The royal honey bees.
That make the royal honey.
Yeah. And then you can take a walk on that side of the castle and of the palace. There's the little sculpture park. It's the Princess Ingrid
yes.
Alexandra's sculpture park. It's very popular with kids.
Yes, it's lovely. Every year the princess selects a winner. Kids make their own art, and then it is actually made into sculptures. It really is worth a visit.
Yeah.
It is lovely.
So it's a nice place to hang around in the summer.
And if you want to, in July and in August, it's possible to take tours inside the royal palace.
Yeah.
We've left the center of Oslo and we've gone down a street, and we end up pretty much where the Oslo fjord ends as well.
And out there,
behind
there's
me.
a lot of islands you can visit in the summer. It's nice for swimming and recreation.
Yep, you can take a boat that will take you around sightseeing, or you can just take a ferry and go to any of the islands, and you can go swimming, sunbathing, and all of that. Behind us, City Hall, which was built, which was started in the 1930s and completed in the 1950s. Quite a beautiful building. This is where the Nobel Prize ceremony takes place on December 9th.
Yeah, and on the other side, you have the Nobel Peace Center.
Which hosts exhibits and things like that.
Yeah. And now it seems like there's a Yoko Ono exhibition, so something we should take a look at. And then on that side, you have the fortress.
Akershus Fortress, which is currently the office of the Prime Minister. It is also where the kings and queens of Norway are buried.
And we heard there's a lot of ghosts out there, so if you want to take a walk there after dark,
It's going to be spooky.
it can be spooky.
And then behind the Nobel Peace Center, we've got the National Museum, which was inaugurated in 2022 in the summer. It is an architectural masterpiece and a place we highly recommend you spend a whole day exploring. It's got exhibitions on art, architecture and design, and there are several of our works not on display currently, but they are
In the
part of the
archives.
collection. All you need to do is go to the National Museum's digital archives and look for Arne and Carlos there, and you'll see what they own from us. Anyway, even if we're not on display currently, it is a lovely museum that we really recommend.
And it's also nice to take a walk down on Aker Brygge. There are a place called Tjuvholmen down there, and the Astrup Fearnley Museum. It's very interesting.
Which is probably where we'll be going next.
So this is the Astrup Fearnley Museum, a museum for modern art, and it is really worth seeing.
Yes, this museum was designed by Renzo Piano, the same architect that designed the Centre Georges Pompidou, the Beaubourg Museum in Paris. It consists of two buildings. On the building closest to the water, there are temporary exhibitions with world-renowned modern artists, and then on this building on the other side of the water across is the permanent collection, which houses works by Damien Hirst, Jeff Koons, Tracey Emin, and many of the world's renowned modern artists. This is a private museum owned by the Astrup Fearnley Foundation, and it is really lovely.
Yeah. So take a look at this one. Okay. So these are some of the top attractions in Oslo.
We hope you have enjoyed visiting them together with us, and we can't wait for you to actually come to Norway and see them for yourselves. So
Maybe you want to try the sauna and what's it called that when you jump in the
cold
water?
plunge?
A cold plunge. If you're up for it.
if you're up for it. Anyway, we hope you have enjoyed this episode. Please give it a big thumbs up, like and subscribe, and for more content, consider joining our memberships as we do weekly podcasts. We have live updates and knitting help and emojis and monthly shenanigans.
Yes.
So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.